Well, hello everyone and welcome to a very special episode of the End of the Island podcast with me, Fergus Mainland, live on day 2 of the National Schools Regatta. We've taken shelter from the sun in the Wintec and King tent. Their hospitality has been fantastic. But I'm delighted to say that joining me is 2 directors of 2 phenomenal programmes at the moment. Mark Wilkinson from the Windsor Boys School, Jonathan Kier from Sir William Borlase's Grammar School. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me out of the sun. I'm so glad we're not filming this 10 metres further that way.
Thank you.
That'd
be
brutal. No, thank you for coming in. How is your national schools going? Mark, I think we're chatting that the tent that the Windsor Boys School has is phenomenal. It's an epic setup.
Yeah, it was rocking yesterday. I'll tell you, we had all the 14s and 15s parents there. They had an absolutely spectacular day. We had a good day's racing, so that was exciting. And then, I think the bar's been open, and then the barbecue's been going, and I think they all had a great time. And then all the boys got up there to join them in the evening, so it was a bit of a party up there in the end, which was really cool. But it's cool. I mean, I'm very keen that the supporters have a great day out, so that's why we make the effort actually. And to be honest, we're a local club, so it's a little bit easier perhaps for us than a lot. But I think it's worth making the effort for sure.
And who is it that coordinates all of that? Is that your job or is that one of the parents?
It's definitely the parents who do it. I mean, I definitely have the vision of the parents coming down and have a great time. And they do all the foods, like recovery foods for the boys. It gives them a real focus for the day. And if they're having a good time, that really helps their engagement with the club, makes them feel like they've got something to offer. And like it's a long day. They've got to have a good time. I think that's really important. So very much a parental effort with the setup, but they take my kind of vision and go with it, which is cool.
Fantastic. Jonathan, we're recording this about 3:30 on the Saturday. How has the regatta been for Sir William Borlase so far?
Yeah, really positive actually. Yesterday's a really big day for us. For most of them, it's the first experience of the regatta. So we had 50 odd kids here, wow, girls and boys, racing yesterday. And for them, I said to them before they came, this is unlike any other regatta you'll go to. There'll be 80 marquees lined up. They came to the junior sculling regatta and were like, wow, that was a big deal. And there was sort of a few tents lined up. So to see 80 flags flying, they're walking down the course past the Windsor Boys School tent in full flow. It's an amazing spectacle, and the racing's great. So from enticing kids into the sport, yesterday was a really, really great day for us. So they all came, had a amazing experience, and already talking about, can we go rowing this week? We're trying to give them the week off, but very much they're like, well, okay, what can we do next, and how can we sort of build on that? And that's quite a big exciting thing for us, that they've come here, had a really good race experience, and are looking now for the next steps. Really positive.
But I suspect that those who are here today, you don't particularly want them wandering around checking out the atmosphere, because it's well hot, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're under strict instructions. They know the process, and we practice that sort of thing. And Mark's guys will be the same. They practice their recovery process. They practice all of that stuff with how to get it right, so they get back to the start line able to race again. It's tough in championship quads, ideally 3 races over 2 days, and you've got to go your fastest in the last one. Making sure they're not sort of enjoying the atmosphere too much and out in the sun all day. Our guys have gone home to cool off, cool down, and they've got A levels as well, so they're trying to take their mind off it.
Busy.
Very.
Yeah, I can imagine. When I was wandering over here to set up and get things ready, I wasn't quite sure what sort of a relationship the two of you were going to have, particularly with your boys' quads going so well at championship level at the moment. I wasn't sure if there's going to be a big rivalry or that sort of thing. But it turns out the two of you actually know each other quite well and go way back, don't you?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, probably a good 15 years nearly, actually. Yeah. We've known each other. Jonathan will tell you his history, I'm sure, in a moment. But we are very good friends, and we both live in Windsor, so it's not unheard to meet down the pub for a pint on a Thursday night, to be honest. But
I meant to drop you a message about that, actually. Yeah, we can go Sunday night. We can go for a drink if you want. When you've eventually cleared up everything.
No, no, we're really good friends. We're very competitive for sure. We want to take chunks out each other out there on the racetrack, but. I'm very extremely respectful of Jonathan and the Borlase programme. I want to see Borlase really back to where it was 10 years ago, to be honest, and Jonathan's doing a great job. And what's this, your third year?
Third year
and it's really on the rise, and it's great for Borlase, clearly it's great for sculling, it's great for championship quads for sure, and that's how it should be basically. Is like more centres taking chunks out of each other out there on the racetrack, but we can come off the water and, like if he wins, I would definitely, I won't like it necessarily, but I would definitely like congratulate him big time because it would be fantastic to see. So yeah, we go a long way, which is good.
I guess, don't want to get too mushy on you, but Mark gave me my sort of first opportunity in the sport, so so definitely someone I've looked up to, and obviously the Windsor program's been the sort of standard setter over the last few years. And I know the work that it took to get it to that point as well. So, we're certainly trying to do it our own way and not necessarily be, try and be Windsor Part 2 or anything like that. But we certainly sort of look at Windsor particularly and the way they've done it over the last few years to be fairly like dominant at points, and try and outdo them really, and try and go out and race and see if we can, make it. Change that over really, but
that's healthy. I mean, I'm a competitive guy. I like winning, but I would actually rather win by a bowel than streaks ahead. Really, I think that's exciting for me. I think then it's a challenge. I think it's a challenge for the boys as well. It's not an easy sport, and it never should be easy ever. And they got to understand that if they want to do well, they've got to get everything right. And I think that's how it should be. So that's the environment I have certainly encouraged, either Jonathan or other programs out there. I've been pretty open with that over the last 10 years for sure, and I think that's super important.
Yeah. And Jonathan, since you left Mark and the Windsor Boys School, you've been working with the Windsor Girls, getting them set up and established. So William Perkins as well. But what lessons have you taken from your time with Mark at the Windsor Boys?
What lessons have I learned?
I should walk over there.
As he passed on.
Yeah, I the rowers, our kids at school will probably think I'm a broken record about just saying standards over and over and over again. And actually, like we had a meeting a couple of weeks ago with our parents, and I didn't brief our school captains about it, and they said out loud that like the most important thing is setting the standard for everybody about how you want to operate on and off the water. And I hadn't briefed them about that, and like that was a real like proud moment really, that something's getting through somewhere. And I guess that's the thing that Mark sort of instilled in me and us when we were when I was starting out, is that like it's not just what you do on the water that matters. Like everything counts, everything matters. You race how you train, you practice, no stone left unturned really is I guess that's probably not a surprising answer given the Windsor programme and the GB sculling stuff that Mark's been involved in as well. Like that's been the bedrock of how they've gone about things.
And Mark, you've talked about the rivalry, the friendly rivalry the two of you have had. What's it been like for you this season, watching this narrative play out and the two of you becoming fantastic rivals on the water as well? It must be exciting. I mean, it's exciting from my perspective. But
well, it's exciting. I think.
I suppose you've got to adapt as well.
You got to adapt, definitely. I mean, we've done very well over the last few years, and this is a new challenge for sure, and that's a good thing. Basically, I think new challenges are super important. Championship quads should be, like on boys and girls, just like the eights, they should be the real flag flyers of the sport domestically and internationally. It's what Great Britain's known for with Henley Royal Regatta. So I think it's only healthy basically. I think it's been a really cracking year so far. We've done very well, but really all the big stuff is still actually ahead of us. The stuff we really want to do well in, the nationals obviously this weekend, the finals, semi-finals and finals are tomorrow. And obviously Henley in 5-6 weeks' time. Those are the two big ones. So although we've done very well across the season, we've definitely felt the kind of the pace that's coming from the other centres, not just Borlase either. I think Marlow, Leander, TSS to name but a few. Claire's Court, they're really, it's going to be super competitive, and there's an unknown element to it actually, and I think that just makes it exciting. People are going to watch if there's an unknown element to it, and I think that's cool, really cool.
And throughout all of the training and racing that you've done in your time, Wintec have been a huge part of the work and the boats that you've been with, and you've got some new boats coming as well. What's their support been like to help you achieve what you want to do as a club?
Yeah, I mean, Wintec, All Sport, Andrew, Jack, the wider team is, from my point of view at Windsor Boys has been literally game changing. What's it, 2026, 2012 or 13, I think. So it's quite a long time that we've been very directly connected. And it's just got bigger and bigger, better and better. The boats continue to impress, and the new FLX shape and the quad is just exceptional. Basically, I mean, it really is. I never thought I was going to change shape, and then I was presented with this FLX. We did the testing, and I was like, "Wow, this is impressive," and it looks the part, and the boys love rowing in it. It feels energetic and lively. It feels like super responsive. And so, when you connect the boats and then the wider team of Andrew and Jack and Oarsport in the UK, what you have is a truly world-class product, basically, and they just are so engaging. They're so helpful. They're working with us. We're not just a customer. We're actually like virtually a partner, which is cool. And our program's got, it's probably a good 10 years ahead in terms of that boat strategy than when Jonathan is. But now we're so, it's WinTech right the way through, and that ability to understand a hull and learn how to row and learn a style, that one crew system that Klaus Filter talks about. That's the weapon, basically, and it doesn't matter what boat you get into, you know how to row it, basically, and it's a real system right the way through the club. And like Jonathan's a bit, more in its infancy, but I'm sure that's what he's discovering with the whole thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think the key word Mark said there, particularly about the FLX hull shape, was responsiveness. I think that's what we were looking for, really, is something that we could get in and we've got good athletes and they could get in and feel it go and feel it be lively, energetic. Those words that Mark used, that was how we felt about it. They felt like they got in and it took off, and that's like an amazing feeling for a crew. Like, some of that may well be placebo, but that's a great thing to have.
Yeah, very much so.
We've been really positive about it. And yeah, I guess Andrew and Jack and the guys at Oarsport, like, they're only ever a phone call away, and that's a big part of it for us as well. That sort of pre-sale, after-sale stuff. It's not just a customer relationship. Like, they really will do anything they can to help. And rowing's a tough sport, equipment-wise, financially, all those sorts of things. Trying to get everything sorted in the right place to give the athletes the best opportunity to race, and these guys are on board trying to help with that as well, and that makes a big difference for us. And
you've got a brand new shell on the trailer waiting to be unwrapped. Is that correct?
That is true. Yes.
Is that all dependent on the performance on Saturday? So well done, lads. If you get a good performance, you get to unwrap the new boards.
That's quite an incentive you got going on there. I'm not sure I can match that one.
No, our boats were sort of coming towards the end of their life cycle in terms of their top end performance. So we were looking for a new one, and it just so happens that now is the delivery window, really. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting into it, and I haven't shown it to the crew yet.
They haven't seen it?
No, they've not seen it. So it's they shall see it. Well, probably when it turns up on our trailer to go home, but.
Nice. They don't know it's here.
They don't know it's here.
They don't know it's here.
They don't know it's here. Like,
wow.
Until they listen to this episode.
It'll give it away a little bit now that I'm in here doing this, and and going back to what we were saying about Andrew and Jack being really helpful. Like, they've loaned us 2 demo boats for our girls and boys quads for the regatta here as well. So like they, as soon as we knew that the FLX maybe wasn't going to be here quite in time to race at the regatta, they were pulling out all the stops to help us sort of be here and be racing in something super competitive. So like that, yeah, from that point of view, they've been great for us as well.
Fantastic. Well, we're here at the National Schools Regatta Day 2. We've done the time trials, the reps and everything have all been done for championship quads and a lot of the championship events. As we look ahead to racing coming up tomorrow, but also in about 4 or 5 weeks' time, what are the expectations and what are you hoping for over the next few weeks from your respective programmes?
Well, I mean, this is a very good marker. I mean, this is one of the 2 events, isn't it, that you sort of aim for. And this will definitely set the tone for the next few weeks. In terms of any further racing, whether people are racing at the Met or Marlow at Dorney, probably they're the 2 that you probably will see most of the crews at least one of them, I'm sure. And I think what's going to happen tomorrow is whether you win or lose. What people are going to realise is that it's all to play for. Actually, going into Henley Regatta. I mean, someone's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be won by more than a few feet, quite honestly. And so, if you lose by a few feet, you're going to probably be hammering the training pretty hard, and if you win by a couple of feet, you're probably going to be hammering the training pretty hard because you're going to have to be on it. So it's that's cool. That's exciting. There's an unknown element to it, and that's exactly how sport should be.
Yeah, I mean, we've had lots of discussions back home that, all the usual stuff. Trust in what we're doing. Trust in our process. We'll go and race, and we're a good crew. There are lots of good crews. That we could have a great race and be fifth. There's like Mark says, there's Windsor, Scullers, Marlow, Leander, and the one thing we've seen from the short bit of racing we've done today is that there's not much in it. Yeah. And that's really cool and really exciting that Championship Quads has got that level across the potentially the A final, I guess, but certainly going into the semi-finals. That it's going to be some close racing.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it'll just build through the remainder of the season. Actually, it's head season gives you a bit of an indicator, but who knows what people are doing. This is the one that you're going to really find out where people are, and that's going to be the impetus for the next 6 weeks, no doubt. So,
going in, whatever happens tomorrow, everybody's going to think they can make a difference as we go into Henley and change around whatever it is that's taken place. So it'll all still be to play for next week as well.
And whatever happens tomorrow, you'll catch up in the pub afterwards.
Definitely.
Whichever one your local one is.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Always.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for swinging by the tent.
No worries.
Perhaps you're probably reluctant to get back out into the sun to find your.
Well, I'm going to go from the sun into the sun and back in the shade, I can assure you.
Well, thank you very much. Very best of luck to all of your crews that are still racing in the 2026 National Schools Regatta.
Thank you.
And thank you very much, everyone, for tuning into this very special episode of the End of the Island. We will be back once again to debrief all of the racing from today on Saturday, and we'll do it all again tomorrow on Sunday. And we'll see you next time at the End of the Island.